Hi everyone and welcome to my Facebook Live today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. It's great to have you along with me today. I have got some quick and easy projects for you today. I'm filming this on Thursday the 14th of October, and on Thursdays I like to do quick and easy projects. So I also do go live on Mondays at 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. And so on those days, on Mondays, I usually do projects that are a little bit more detailed. But today is all about quick and easy projects. So as you're jumping on, say hi, let me know that you're here. I love to have people joining me. It makes the crafting so much more fun. And if you have got some craft projects as well, bring them along and play along with me as well. It's always great when you do that. All right, so while everyone's jumping on, I'll just pull this up on my iPad so that I can see all of your comments. So just bear with me for a moment and I'll get that all set up ready. Okay, great, good. Hi Amanda, all the way from Perth. Fantastic, great to have you with us. What's the weather like over there in Perth today? Here in Sydney, we've got another gloomy day. We've got a week of rain this week. So it's been a little bit drizzly and overcast and yes, not so good for taking puppies outside to toilet. So yeah, our little puppy, she doesn't like the wet grass outside. So she, when it's so wet, she doesn't really like to go out there, and often we'll put her down on the grass and then she'll jump straight back up for us to pick her up. She's so cute. Hi Angela, how are you? Great to have you here. Yes, I am feeling so much better. Thank you. I had to cancel my Facebook Live on Monday because I was not feeling very well, and I was trying to push through it and so that I could still come and share with you what I had for you, because I had a beautiful project planned. But at the 11th hour, I just had to pull out and I just wasn't able to sit here and craft along. So I ended up going to bed instead and sleeping for a couple of hours. So yes, I felt better by the next day, which was good. Amanda said it's a bit cold at the moment, but the sun is shining. Ah, nice. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, how the weather has changed. It has over here as well. We were having beautiful days, beautiful warm days. It was even one day, I think it got up in the low 30s. And then all of a sudden we had this cold snap and it got all cold and wet again. So really weird. Okay. So great. So we've got a couple jumping on. Fantastic. So I've got a few things to tell you about today. So I'll tell you about those while some might still be finding me. Sometimes it takes a little while for the notification that I'm live to come up in people's notifications. So I'll just give you a little bit of news before we jump on into our projects for today. Forgive me if I'm a little bit shiny. I've been rushing around, so I'm a little bit hot at the moment. I'll settle down in a minute. All right. So I wanted to let you know that the clearance rack has had a refresh. So there's some new retired products on. It's kind of a contradiction, isn't it? New retired products on the clearance rack. So they are retired products, but there's additional ones that have been added there, and there's some beautiful ones, some beautiful papers and beautiful embossing folders as well, all different sorts of things, some punches, some punch sets. So go there if you haven't had a look. Embellishments as well. Oh, there's some really beautiful embellishments there too. If you haven't had a look at the clearance rack this week, it just got refreshed I think it was this week. Go there and check that out, and you can go to my online store if you would like to. You can get to it two ways. So you can get to my online store either via my blog at mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com, and there's lots of other things on my blog there to check out too. So I like to always direct everybody to my blog because you can get creative inspiration there. There's PDFs of the catalogs if you'd like to have a look at flip through the catalog. You can also sign up there for my newsletter if you would like to stay up to date with all the Stampin' Up! News. I usually send out newsletters each week. So if you would like to stay up to date with all the Stampin' Up! News, I also pop some of my projects in there so that you can get some creative inspiration from them and anything to do with Stampin' Up! So feel free to subscribe to my newsletter. You'll see a button there that you can click on the right hand side of the page. But along the top of the page you'll see lots of other things, and that's where you'll find my shop button. Also too, I've also got some technique tutorials for sale there, as well as some project tutorials that I have collaborated on with other demonstrators as well. So you might like to check them out as well. So go to my blog, and that's where you can click on the shop button. Now, if you are looking for the clearance rack, it'll probably come up with an advertising banner across the top when you get to my online store. But if you don't see it, you can click on the drop down menu. So you'll see that on the left hand side. It looks like 3 little lines. You click on that and that gives you the drop down menu, and then you can click on what's new, and that'll come up with the clearance rack refresh, and you can check what's in the clearance rack. I also do have a Stampin' Up! Website. You can find all of my events on there. I do want to get all of my events on my blog too, but I'm yet to do that. But all of my events, and there is also a shopping link as well on my demonstrator website, so you can check that out there, my Stampin' Up! Website at mandywitherby.stampinup.net. And yeah, so you can check out both and have a look around and see what's there. There is lots of information and lots of inspiration on both of those platforms. I'll have that down on my desk as well, so that when I tip the camera down you can have a look there. I have got my creative kit night coming up this Friday. So that's actually tomorrow evening at 7:30. So if you are one of my customers or one of my team members and you have recently purchased some of our kits, then you are invited to come along. So have a look for the event here in my business page under the event section. Click on going, and then I'll be able to send you through the link for the Zoom. So we're going to be meeting on Zoom and having a fun creative time together. So I have those creative kit nights every month on the 3rd Friday evening. And so if you are new to Stampin' Up! And you would like to get started with card making, or you've never made cards before and you're really not sure, the kits are a great place to start. And we've got lots to choose from at the moment, which is fantastic. We're going to be playing with one of them today actually. So check that out in my online store. You can find kits under kits collection, or just have a look under the what's new tab as well. And just have a browse around the online store. Feel free to get in contact with me if you need any help as well with ordering, or if you have any product questions, or there's anything that you need help with. Catalogs, if you need catalogs, let me know. I'd love to send them out to you. If you don't already have a demonstrator that you're working with and you're here in Australia, then certainly let me know about that as well. Hey Rachel, how you going? How's that beautiful puppy of yours today? Rachel got a brand new puppy this week and he is so adorable. And he's been such a good boy. She's been so lucky with him. And the other thing I wanted to let you know is every month I have a few classes that I run every month, and sometimes I forget to mention them during my Facebook Live. So I thought I would mention them today, just so that you know. I have a product-based class every month, and that's usually on the second Saturday of every month. All of my classes at the moment are virtual, so they're all online. My one for October has passed, so that one's already, we just had that actually on the weekend just passed. The one for October I haven't advertised yet. But not only that, I also have a technique club. Now my technique club class, you can come along any month you like. You don't have to be locked into any set month. However, if you would like to join for 6 months or subscribe to my technique club for 6 months, after that, and that's continuous 6 months, after that 6th continuous month, 6th continuous month, then you will get a shopping spree with me. So there's information on my blog about my Technique Club and what that looks like and what you can expect. So click on the Technique Club button there at the top on my blog and you can read more information. I updated that just recently so that it is up to date, and it'll tell you how my Technique Club is run. But if you would like to learn new techniques, it's a great place to start. And we have a lot of fun. I love Technique Club. It's a lot of fun. I love designing the projects and playing with all those new techniques. And it's great for me as well to explore techniques that either I haven't done before or ones that I haven't used in a long time too. So it's really great. So check that out. Oh, Rachel said that her puppy is amazing. Oh, that's good. He's so cute. We'll have to get some updated photos soon too, Rachel. I haven't, or maybe I've been missing them. Maybe I haven't seen them on your Facebook page. I'll have to go there and check to see. All right. So without further ado, we might jump on in and get started so that we aren't too long today. I like to try and keep my Thursday Facebook Lives a little bit shorter. My Mondays are usually the long ones. So what I'll do is I'll cover up the camera and I'll flip that down onto my desktop. Hey Julie, how are you? Great to see you. We are just getting started. I've just given a little bit of news about some of my classes and things that are happening, and we're about to get started with our kit. So so you joined just at the right time. Oh, Rachel said no, she hasn't put up any more photos. Okay. The girls have created an Instagram page for him. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, hi Lee. How are you? And you're in Australia. I'm in Australia as well. I'm in Sydney. I'm in the western suburbs of Sydney. It's great to have you along with us today. All right. So what I'm going to do is I will cover up the camera. We'll flip down onto the desktop and we'll get started, and I'll show you what I have got for you today. All right, so bear with me a moment while I just get this all set up for you. Okay, so I'll flip those cameras and here we go. So this just might sound a little bit squeaky or clunky while I just adjust my camera stand. We'll get that positioned. There we go. Oh, actually, I need to come up a little bit higher with that. Just a moment. There we go. Otherwise, you'll be looking at my iPad and not at my desk. And that just won't do, will it? All right. I'll get that straight, hopefully. Okay, so let's see. I'll just adjust my lights too. There we go. Now, let's hope that we don't get a storm today. They did say that there would be some storms rolling in at some point today, and apparently they're going to be quite bad too. They said it's going to be really gusty winds and all sorts of things. So let's hope it doesn't happen during my live today. That happened about, it was 2 weeks ago actually. We had a storm roll in while I was filming live, and we got a blackout and everything, and I had no lights. So it was really interesting trying to film with no light. It made it a bit difficult to see, and because it was so dark outside as well, it was really tricky. But we got through it. We got through it, so it was all good. All right, so today we are going to be playing with the Love Santa tag kit. Now this is the newest kit on the newest Stampin' Up kit on the block, the newest one that's been added to the online store. Now there's two components to this kit, and I'm going to pull on, as you can see, I haven't even opened this one yet. I just unpacked my box a couple of days ago, and this was in the box. I think it actually did get delivered last week, but I was so flat out I didn't get a chance to unpack it. So yeah, I'm going to unpack it with you today, so that's pretty exciting. Now this kit has two components to it. So we have the tag kit, and then we also, let me move that over a bit, we also have the Love Santa treat bags. Now both of these items can be purchased separately, or you can order them together as a collection. Okay, so as I go through them, I'll give you all the codes for everything as well, so that you've got them and the pricing and things, so that you know what they are. But we're going to play with both. I meant to pull out some lollies or something to put in these bags, and I forgot to do that actually, but that's okay. So this is the Love Santa tag kit. If you would like the code for this kit, It's 158375. I'll try to remember to give it to you later as well, but if I forget, feel free to ask me if you want the code for it. Whoops. Otherwise, you can just look it up in my online store. So we'll just take the, because it's in a cardboard box, they do shrink wrap it. Actually, I'm going to go around that tag. They do shrink wrap it just to protect the contents as well. And we don't want our boxes coming open either, and the contents is spilling out. All right, so all of our kits come in a gorgeous little box like this. Now these boxes are fantastic for storing your craft items, for your cards that you have made, or for repurposing as a gift box as well. You could cover them, decorate them, all sorts of things. So you could probably even use it as a mailing box if you put a mailing label on them, and then obviously you'd want to tape it all up so that, you know, nobody can access what's inside. But these are a great little box, and I like to keep mine, and I do repurpose my boxes. All right, so let's have a look what's inside of this box. So we have got, first of all, a little ink spot. So this is a Night of Navy ink spot. So this is an ink pad. It's just in mini version, which is fantastic for our kits. So this is Night of Navy. We've got our stamp set. So there's some beautiful, actually, I'll move the box over for a moment. So I'll just pop the stamp down on the desk so that you can see the stamps in there a little bit easier. And they are beautiful stamps, actually. There's some lovely sentiments in there. We've got this beautiful leaf, some holly berries, a little present, the word joy. We've got a little label there that says Love Santa, Merry, and then these little ones that you can't probably read too easily on camera. We've got a to and from, which is always great for tags. We've got, what does this one say? Special delivery, Christmas, and we've got and bright, which of course goes with merry, merry and bright. So you can use merry on its own, or you can use it with the and bright. So really lovely little stamp set. All right, and then we've got the rest of the kit in here in this packet. So I'll just put the box to the side, and we will open up our packet here of the rest of our kit component. Now when you get your kits like this, you'll notice if you flip over, you always have the instructions there on the back of the cardboard. So when you look at the kit like this, you might think, oh my goodness, where are the instructions? Because every one of our kits has instructions. They're actually on the other side. All right, so you can see here on the front of the instruction sheet the finished project, so you know what they're going to look like. All right, and again, this is the Love Santa tag kit. All right, so let's open this up and we'll have a look at all of the contents in here, and then we'll make some of these cards. So this is a stamping kit. In the kits collection, we have stamping kits and we have non-stamping kits as well, or project kits. So the project kits are great for if you haven't made cards before and you might be a little bit scared about stamping or trying stamping. You might like to start with one of the project kits first and have a go at one of those and see if you like it, and then you could step up to a stamping kit. Now the stamping in the kits isn't difficult, it's really easy and straightforward. Let's just get that instruction sheet from behind there. Yeah, so don't even be put off by the stamping kits either if you haven't stamped before, because they are not difficult at all to stamp the images on the kits. And some of the kits, even though they're a stamping kit, they will come with a stamp set where they'll have different stamps, but they'll have images as well as sentiments. And some of the stamp kits, all you need to do is actually just stamp the sentiment, but they give you additional stamps as well that you can use for other projects. So, all right, so there's our instruction sheet. I'll pop that over to the side. We have got some Stampin Dimensionals. So these are double-sided adhesive foam, and this just gives your projects a bit of a pop, bit of dimension, adds a bit of interest, and these are in little hexagon shapes. So Stampin' Up! Does sell packets of these, and you get 3 large sheets in a packet. In the kits, you'll just get a smaller portion of them, depending on the kit as to how many you get, because it really does depend on the projects that are in the kit. Oh, Leah's in the Hunter region and said that it's beautiful in the Hunter. Oh, that's great. That's really lovely. Oh, there you go. Amber has put up the code for us for the Love Santa tag kit. Thank you so much, Amber. She's put that in the comments there for us. The code is 158375 if you were looking to purchase that one. All right, we have got some beautiful baker's twine. So this is pink and white baker's twine. I'm not sure which pink that is actually. It's one of our deeper pinks. It's probably melon mambo or polished pink. Actually, we can have a look in our instructions because it'll tell us what are the, oh, there you go. It's polished pink. So that was a good color suggestion that I had. I was on the right track there. On the back of your instruction sheet, it actually shows you all of the kit components. So everything that's in the kit gives you a little bit of a list here. Actually, it doesn't give you a list. It shows you in image form, but then it tells you that it contains supplies for 12 tags. Now, these are oversized tags. They're really big tags. The coordinating colors are here as well. So we've got Bumblebee, Just Jade, Night of Navy, Polished Pink, and Poppy Parade. Now, if you would like to learn the basics of stamping, if you are new to stamping, there's a QR code there that you can scan with your phone or your tablet or iPad. And that'll actually take you through to a video that will give you some basic stamping tips, showing you actually how to do stamping. There's also another QR code here if you want to watch a detailed instruction video for this specific kit. Okay, so some of the kits will have that, where the kits have a specific video showing you how to put together the kit. But I'm going to show you today, so you'll have my video as well. Then when we open up our instruction sheet, and we're going to go through this in a little bit, it shows us each of the projects. So it first of all shows you each of the individual projects and the pieces that you need for each of the projects. So I'll go through that in a bit more detail when we go to make them. Then it gives you the instructions for each of the kits in picture form. And you've even got a ruler along here as well to measure your twine, because you'll need that to measure your twine. The only additional thing you will need is a pair of scissors just to cut your twine. Okay, the scissors don't come in the kit, so that's just the additional thing you'll need. So the tape measure there is in inches and centimeters, depending on which you like to work with and which country you're in as well. And the measurements for how much twine you need are actually in the instructions. We'll go through that in a little bit. All right, let's go back to our components here. We've got some beautiful embellishments. Look at these, aren't they gorgeous? So, so pretty to bling up our little tags. We've got some labels for our sentiments. So there's a couple of sheets of those. We've got our beautiful tags. So let's have a look and see what we've got. So these tags are really big. Okay, so there's my hand, my very dry hands, next to those tags. So you can see how big they are. They're almost the size of my hand. So they are quite, and I've got medium-sized hands. My hands aren't real tiny, but yeah, so they are beautiful. All right, so we've got a couple of each of those. So that's two of the tags. Here's the other two. So we've got the 4 different tag projects, and we are going to add to them, bling them up, add a sentiment to them, etc. So this is quite an easy kit to put together. This one I know is going to have a bit of additional stamping on it as well as the sentiment. But I'll show you those when we get to that. Then we've got, I'll move this cardboard out of the way. We've got some additional pieces here to embellish our tags. And then we've got some more labels here as well, which are backing pieces for our labels actually, to give them a bit of a lift and a bit of extra color. So that's great. We've got our stamp block. Now, each of our stamping kits in the kits collection come with a stamping block. The paper pumpkin kits, which is a different type of kit, they don't come with a block. But if you have one of the kits from the kit collection, you have a stamp block that you can then use with all of your stamps and all of your other kits. So that's really handy to have these blocks in the kits. And you've got some little adhesive dots. Now, don't be fooled, because sometimes people see these and they think, oh, these are an embellishment. They're really unusual embellishment because they've kind of got different colors. They're not just solid white, they've got different colors. But no, these are actually adhesive dots, or little mini glue dots. They're double-sided adhesive and they're on this clear sheet. So the white that you see on the top is actually paper, just to protect the sticky adhesive. So I'll show you how to use those today, but some of the projects I might also bring in my own adhesive as well. All right, so what I'm going to do with my little ink spot, I like to keep these. So I use them as gifts and prizes and things like that. So I'm just going to swap this out with my Night of Navy classic Stampin' pad, so my big one. Okay, so you can see the difference in size. It's the same ink that's in them. It's just that the Night of Navy has, it's like a little linen pad, whereas the ink spot is like a linen ink pad. The large classic stamp pads, of course, are larger, and they have a foam surface pad, but it's the same ink in both. Okay, now you can get ink refills as well for your Stampin' Spot. So if this becomes dry or the ink isn't stamping very well, just know that you can purchase a bottle of re-inker for this pad. So don't throw out the pad, don't throw out the ink spot when you've finished using it or when it gets dry. You can purchase the little ink bottle. I think they're $6.50. They don't cost very much, and it'll last you for ages. That ink, I've hardly replaced any of mine, and I've been a demonstrator for 5 years. So, and I'm using my inks all the time. So yeah, just know that you can re-ink these. Okay, the other thing I'm going to switch out is my block. That's another thing that I do like to keep, again, for giving away as gifts and prizes. So I'm going to swap both of those out with my ink pad, and I'm going to use one of our ergonomic Stampin' Up! Clear blocks, which are available from the annual catalogue. They're a little bit thicker. It's actually the same size. It's a D size block. But it's just a bit thicker and it weighs a bit more too. So I'm just going to switch that out. Okay, all right. So what we'll do first, we'll pop all the bits and pieces over to the side. I'll put my embellishments over there, and actually I'll put my adhesives. I always have my adhesives on my right and my embellishments on my left. It's my system, it works for me. Now, the other thing you will need is something to clean your stamps. So, if you have already been around Stampin' Up! For a little while, you probably know about some of our cleaning products that we have. Now, if you haven't, and this is your first time, you can just use baby wipes or a damp cloth. If you're using a cloth, just use a cloth that maybe you can throw out, like a Chucks or something like that. Or one that you just keep just for cleaning your stamps, because it will get stained from the ink. So I'm just letting you know that. Or baby wipes. If you're using baby wipes, use good quality ones that don't have too much fiber in them, because you don't want any of those little fibers sticking onto your stamps, because it can affect how the stamped image comes out. But I'm going to be using today a Simply Chamois, and I've got a brand new one here that I wanted to show you what they look like when you get them. It is like a chamois, like an ordinary chamois you would use for your car. However, it's thicker, much thicker. So you know, with a car chamois, they're like really thin, like a cloth. This is actually really thick, like a foam sponge almost. And you just moisten this and keep it moist. You can store it in a Ziploc bag if you would like to. These are available in the annual catalogue or in my online store. I forgot to look up the price. They don't cost very much, but they last for ages. And I'm going to be using one of these today, but I thought I would show you what a brand new one looks like in the packet. And they come a little bit moist, and so they're a bit squishy. If they dry out, they go really hard, and sometimes you've got to soak them a little bit just to moisten them back up. But you just rinse that out each week, or depending on how often you're using it. I store mine in a clear case, and this is what it looks like after you've used it for a while. So they do get stained. You can see the difference. They do get stained, but so long as you rinse them out and you're rinsing out that surface ink, then they still continue to clean for ages. I usually replace mine about every 6 months or so. That's how long they last. And they can last even longer than that too if you just let them air every so often so that they don't become moldy from being wet all the time. That's my tip for those, but they are available if you like. But if not, then just feel free to use baby wipes or a damp cloth. That doesn't matter if it gets stained. All right, now let's choose which one we will do first. I really think I would like to do, so we've got the Santa, the tree, the car, and we've got this tag here. How about we start with the tree? I really like the tree. The tree is really pretty. So it shows you here all of the pieces that you need to take out of your kit to do the tree tag. Now, the other thing is too, if you are a card maker already and you want to step up these projects, you certainly can. You're not boxed in by the instructions on these projects. You might like to turn this into a card or put it onto a card front, decorate a large card. There's all different ways that you can change it up. So it's totally up to you and to your creative imagination as to how you would like to use these tag kits. All right, so my instructions are also, I'm just going to pop the stamp set up there actually. My instructions are also showing me that I need one of these bumblebee coloured label pieces. And we need the red one as well. Here's the red one. We need the red little scalloped piece. These little red ones have actually got little fine pinstripes on them, which I'm not sure, they're really sweet actually. I'm not sure if you can see the pinstripes on that tag there. So we're going to use one of those. We also need a white label. So that's this one here. So it's a white rectangle label. And we need our, well, we'll do our embellishments later at the end. With our twine, it's going to tell us in the instructions that how much twine we're going to use, and we need our ink and our block. We're going to need some glue dots. So just to show you, when you're looking at the kit will actually show you exactly, the instructions will show you exactly where you can put your adhesives and which ones to use. So if you see the little grey dots, that's signifying that you need to use, where have I put them? Here we go. The adhesive dots, okay? And if you see the little tiny hexagons, the little outline of the hexagons, that's the Stampin Dimensionals. Okay, so you've got the two different types of adhesives in the kit. All right, so now we've got all our pieces. Oh, we need to get our little sentiment ready. So we're using both the merry and bright sentiments. Okay, so we'll take those off our sheets. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one on each side of my block because they're going to be stamped separately. There it is. They're going to be stamped separately. And if you have them on the same side of the block, you might not get them lined up exactly where you wanted them. So what I'm going to do, I like to put my stamps down on my desk and then pick them up with my block. And that way I know that I can sort of line it up a bit straighter. And also too, because these are a photopolymer stamp, these ones aren't too bad because they're smaller, but some of the longer sentiments, because this is a flexible material, sometimes if you try and put them on the block, you might accidentally put them a little bit curved or with a little bit of a wave in them or something like that. But if you pop them down onto your desk, and it's good to even pop them down on a piece of paper, and then just let them relax into their natural shape, and then you can take your block to the stamp and pick them up like that. Okay, so I've got the merry on this side, I've got the and bright on the other side of the block. Okay, so I can use both sides of my block. So now while I'm waiting, I can stand my block up like that so that they don't stick to my desk. All right, So that's everything that we need. Let's go to our instructions, and here it is here, number 2. See, it shows us here, this is the project number 2. And so we open up our instruction sheet and go to project number 2. So I'll just fold this back this way so we can see that a bit better. There we go. All right, and basically you're just going to follow the instructions on your instruction sheet. So we're going to be stamping the Mary onto the yellow piece, or the bumblebee piece. Oh, I know what I didn't get. I didn't get out. I'm just going to put a little piece of small grid paper onto my desk just to protect my surface in case I get any ink anywhere. I don't want to get that onto my desk. So you can use a piece of scrap paper if you don't have grid paper. Just any scrap paper will do. All right, so let's start with our Night of Navy. Now, when I use photopolymer stamps, I do like to give them a little bit of a clean first. So use your cloth or your baby wipe or whatever you have to give them a bit of a clean first, just to remove any of the manufacturing oils that might still be left behind. Sometimes that can happen, and then the stamp has a bit of trouble picking up the ink the first time you use it. So give them a clean, dry them off onto your scrap paper, and then we're going to stamp. Okay, so we need to stamp the word Merry towards the top of our bumblebee piece. So we're just going to tap, tap, tap our stamp. We're going to line that up and stamp that towards the top. Give that a firm press. Don't rock it, because if you rock it, you might get a bit of shadowing or a bit of smudging of the ink. So just stamp it straight down, straight back up. Okay, and then we're going to stamp the And Bright onto our little white label. So I'll bring our little white label over. I'll ink the And Bright. Tap, tap, tap. And this one is going to be stamped right in the middle this time. Sorry, I'm just moving this down so I can see it a little bit better on the camera. And we'll just stamp that down, give a firm press. Oops. Oh, that slipped a little bit then. There we go. That's okay. That's not too bad. If anything does happen, remember that you can flip it over and do on the other side. You have a do-over on the other side. I just got a little tiny bit of ink there on the sentiment label because I dropped it. So, but that's okay. It's not too bad. And if you get any extra little bits of ink like that, you can always hide that with a embellishment as well, or just flip it over and stamp on the other side. I'm not too worried about that because it's only a tiny little bit. All right, so now we've done that stamping, we're going to clean our stamps straight away. So we'll pop our labels over to the side to dry. I'm going to stamp the ink, stamp off the excess ink first onto my scrap paper, just so I'm not taking as much ink onto my chamois. Now you'll notice that your stamp might look a slightly different color now. It started out really clear and now it might have a little bit of a pinky tinge. That's just because it holds, the photopolymer stamps tend to hold some of the pigment from the ink, but that's okay. Don't be worried about it. It doesn't affect the quality of the stamp or the stamped image, and so long as you've given them a good clean, that color won't transfer onto any other colors of ink pad. All right, so they will just stay a little bit pinky now. So I like pink stamps. It shows that they're well used, and it also, I like pink. So there you go. All right, the next step. Oh, Julie just said she's seen these tags made into cards by another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Oh, that's great. And they looked really good. Fantastic. All right, so now we've got our labels. We are going to pop these labels all together. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to put so we'll bring in our tag. Also too, I forgot to mention at the top of our tag, we've got a little piece there where we're going to put the twine through, but we need to pop out that center circle from the middle there, okay, so that we can get our twine through there. All right, so we are going to add, where are we? We've got our big label, so we're going to add some, we're going to flip that over. We're going to flip all of them over. So that's our bumblebee piece, or the yellow piece. This is our white one, and this is our red one. And we're going to put some of the mini glue dots onto the back of our large label. So you can just pick these off with your nails and just pop them down like that. I actually have a tool that I like to use. Same with the dimensionals. You can just pick them up and pop them down like this. So it's telling me I need to put a dimensional on this end of the white label and on the other end of the white label. Just trying to line them up so that they don't hang over the front. There we go. And oh, so we put these two together first. Okay, so which way do we go? This way? Oh, I see. Yep. All right, so what we're going to do first is we'll take the backing paper off now of those little glue dots or little adhesives. Make sure they go into the bin so my puppy doesn't pick them up. So just using my nails to take them off, and then we'll flip that over, and this red label is going to be attached to where we've got that glue on the back there. So it's being attached over or adhered over a little bit to the side like that. So it's being offset, and that will, whoop, if I've got the glue dots in the right spot. I think I might have put my glue dots up a bit high actually. Oh, that's not even straight. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we're offsetting that a little bit. So we're leaving a little bit of a gap there on that side. And then with the white label, the and bright, we'll take the backing papers off of the dimensionals, and we're going to pop that over this side so that that is offset as well, and we can just see a little bit of that red label. There we go. Now I think I haven't got I think this needs to go down lower. I think I didn't get my adhesive quite in the right spot actually. See if I can move that down a little bit. There, we want to see a little bit of that, there we go. We want to see a little bit of that border showing underneath the and bright under that white label. So that's a bit better now. Okay, and then we're going to flip that over and add some more adhesive here onto that little red piece. I'm going to actually pick, this is my take your pick tool. This is a multi-purpose tool. I like to pick up my adhesives with this one, but if you don't have one like this, that's fine. You can just use your fingernails to pick up the adhesive dots, but I'm going to use my take your pick tool just to make it a bit quicker and easier. All right, so we'll add two more there. Oh, I see, that's why we needed to have the glue dots there. It wasn't to hold that sentiment label, it's so that this can stick down onto the tag. Okay, and then, so now we've got the adhesive on the backs of the labels there, and then this is going to be popped down here on the tag, down about here. And there we have our cute little tag. Now we need to add our twine to that. And here in the instructions, and we're going to add our embellishment as well. Here in step 3, so we've done step 1, step 2, step 3, it shows us how much twine we need. So we need 12 inches or 30.5 centimeters. We need 2 of the small yellow embellishments, a small pink embellishment and 2 of the large pink ones. Okay, so it gives you all of the steps there. So we'll bring all of that in. Let me just get rid of these little dimensional backings. All right, so let's cut our twine. So we need 30.5 centimeters. So let's bring in our ruler here on our instruction sheet. So we need 30.5. All right, so we've got, whoops. So we'll roll that out. We've got, I'm going to go 20 and then another 10.5. There we go. Okay. So we'll cut that. So there's our twine. Okay. And we're going to just thread our twine into the top of that tag. So you can thread that any particular way that you like, depending on how you like to have your tags, and depending on what you're attaching it to as well. If you're attaching it to a gift, or you want to tie it onto a bag, a treat bag. We've got the treat bags here. So I'm just going to do mine loosely there in case I decide to tie it a different way. And then let's add our bling. Got our little packet of bling here. These are really pretty colors. Look at all those pretty colors. Oops, some of them have slipped here on the sheet. So they've got the adhesive on the backs of these already, which is great. Okay, so again, you can just pick those up with your fingernail, or if you've got something pointy like this, it's helpful. All right, so we're just going to add 2 small ones, and I think with these we can add them wherever we want to. It doesn't, yeah, I think you can add them. It doesn't actually show you exactly where to add them as such on the tree. And because the tree's already got embellishments on there, you can pretty much just add them wherever you like. So I might add some of the yellow ones on the yellow baubles to make them a bit shiny. So I'll put 1 yellow one up there and a yellow one down here. We're going to use a small pink one. Whoops, if I can pick it up, a small pink one. There we go. And you know what I'm going to do with my small pink one? I'm going to pop it on that little ink spot, on that little ink smudge, I should say, that I had there. And then we're going to use 2 of the large pink ones. So I'm going to put a large pink one up here. And let's put a large pink one down here. So we've got that little bit of a sparkle and shine there on our beautiful tag there. So then once we've made our tags, if we would like to then use them for a treat bag, so these are the Love Santa treat bags. Now the Love Santa tag kit is $33. This is in Australian dollars. The Love Santa treat bags, I'll give you the code for these. The code is 158381, and these are $12.25. You get 12 bags in here. So let's have a look at these treat bags. These are actually a really good size treat bag. They are food safe. I meant to grab out a whole heap of lollies to put in these before I started so that I could have actually made one up to show you. But I forgot. So we've got a few different designs. Oh, there's 4 different designs here. Here we go. Let's just move our tag to the side for the moment, and I'll show you these cute treat bags. So these would be great for cookies, slices, lollies, or anything else that you might like to put in them. But they're sort of like a almost like an opaque finish to them. They're not completely clear. They're sort of got like an opaque-ish finish to them. And we've got some trees, we've got some checkered patterns, some spots, and we've got some festive leaves on here as well. So these are really cute. Now, if you love the bags and you want to get the bags and the tags together, you can get them all as a collection. The Love Santa Project Collection, which is item code number 159362, and it's $45.25 for the lot. So if you would like to get those, then that is something that you can do as well. But these are great, even to use, not necessarily with the tags, but with other Christmas goodies. All right, so there we go. So yeah, so you might like to put your yummies into the bag. I don't have anything to put in there at the moment. I'm just thinking, what can I throw in there? I don't really have anything in here to throw in there. But you can fill them up. I don't even have any of my what do you call it, paper. Oh, thank you, Amber. Amber's just put up the code there in the comments there for the Love Santa Project collection. But yeah, so you can fill them up with your goodies and then add your tag. These are a gusseted bag as well, which means you've got extra depth there too, which is fantastic. I love having a gusseted bag because they are quite large. So there you go. All right, so that's the first tag. Let's make one of the other tags. How are we going for time? We've got time to make one more tag, I think. Let's make, which one? Let's do the one that has the stamping on it. We'll do this one here, the joy tag. All right, so we'll take these stamps off here and we'll put them back on the stamp sheet. Has anybody else purchased this? Oh, hey, Laurie, how are you? I just saw that you had jumped on. Has anybody else got this kit yet? Anybody? Let me know in the comments if you've already got this one. All right, so I'm going to pop these ones back on the sheet here. And we need the word joy. And we need the large leaf. Okay, so let's pull this backing sheet off. We'll get our large leaf stamp and our word joy. There we go. All right. So we'll pop our leaf. Now our leaf is a little bit bigger, so we're going to need to pop that down at an angle on the diagonal like that. And then I'm going to turn my block over and I'll put the word joy over here so I can see that when I go to stamp that. There we go. All right. Okay, so we've got our two stamps on there. We'll give them a quick little clean. Now I apologize if I'm not responding straight away to your comments because Facebook has changed a few things, and so what's happening is all of the comments are disappearing, and the only time I see them is if I tap on the screen or as somebody comments, it pops up for a few seconds before it goes away. Oh, Laurie said she's been on the fence about this tag kit. Okay, so you haven't purchased it yet. It's yeah, like there's so many different kits to choose from and everybody likes something different. So not every kit is going to suit every person, and that's okay. All right, so let's do one of these large tags. If I can get them separated, there we go. All right, so we'll pop these out. So we've got some images already printed on this tag, but we're going to add to this. We'll pop out the little circle in the top so that we can thread our twine through there later. All right, now let's have a look what else we need for our kit, for our project. So we'll go back to this page here, and this is project number 4. So we need our tag. We need one of these green sprigs. Not sure what type of leaf this is. Does anyone know what type of leaf this would be? Or maybe you'll see when I get it out. Let me just take that out of the backing there. It might be a, oh, what's that one that you, not mistletoe. Would it be mistletoe? I don't know. I'm not sure what type of, anyway, some sort of festive leaf. So we want that one. We want one of the bumblebee coloured scalloped rectangles. And we want one of the small white rectangles. There we go. Our twine and our embellishments we'll do after. We've got our ink, we've got our stamps ready. Yep, all good. Okay. All right, so there's all of the components that we need for this one. Okay, so we've got those 4 pieces. All right, so let's go back to our instruction sheet. So we want project number 4. There it is there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to stamp, step 1, we're going to stamp our word joy onto our little tag, and then we're going to stamp the leaves, and we're going to stamp 2 leaves on the tag like that. Okay. All right, so let's pop that one to the side. Pop that one over here, and I'll do my joy first. Actually, I might just move the tag over this side so I don't accidentally get ink on that. Okay, so we'll ink up this word joy. Tap, tap, tap. Line that up. Now this one is a bit smaller, so I might even have to get my head in camera. Oh, did I get, oh, it's on the inside, I think. A line, see if I can line this up, because I've got the leaf on the other side of the tag, the other side of the block too. So hopefully, I don't know if I got that straight then, we'll see. There we go. Oh, that's not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, good. Ink that up. All right, we'll set that over to the side to dry. In fact, I lined that up fairly well, much better than I thought that I would. So that's pretty good. All right, we'll bring in our tag and we'll stamp the 2 leaves. So I'll turn that around. Tap, tap, tap. Now, of course, if you are using the ink spot, because that is a small inked surface, rather than me using the large one, if you were trying to ink up your leaf, you would tap that multiple times over the surface of your leaf that way. Okay, so you take the lid off the top of your Stampin' spot, and then you tap, tap, tap. Okay, so I need a bit more ink on there. Make sure you've got a good full even coverage of ink on your stamp. There we go. And we're going to stamp 1 leaf coming across this way. And you're going to stamp a little bit over the berries. So give that a nice firm press. There we go, beautiful. And ink that up again. And then you're going to stamp 1 going up this way as well. Nice even pressure. There we go. Okay, so that's our stamping all done. Right, so we'll clean our block straight away. I mean, not our block, our stamps. We'll clean our stamps straight away. Just dab off the excess ink. Bring in your chamois or your cloth or your baby wipes, whatever you're using to clean your stamps. Give them a bit of a, the chamois is a little bit squeaky. I apologise for that. If that hurts your ears. There we go. All right, clean my fingers too. I've got a little bit of blue ink on my fingers just then. Okay, next step is to add some of those little adhesive dots to the back of the leaf. So I'm just turning that over. That's the green leaf. I'm just turning that over, whoops, upside down, and going to add some of these little glue dots. I'll use my Take Your Pick tool again to pick them up. So we just need 1 at the top, 1 over here, and then we've got a couple down here and down here. Okay, so I'm just following, I'm following the instructions here that's showing me where to put those adhesive dots. Okay, so really easy to just follow those instructions. All right, then we're going to remove the backing paper from those little adhesive dots. And make sure you've got them pressed on well as well before you try to remove that backing paper, otherwise, whoa, otherwise you'll pull off the whole adhesive. There we go. Okay, and then this leaf is going to be adhered here like so. Give that a nice firm press. Great. Okay. Next step is we're going to adhere our word joy onto the bumblebee label, or the scallop label. So we'll just pop that over. We'll get 2 of these little glue dots. Push them on. Remove the backings. Oops. There we go. I might add an extra one because I accidentally nearly took off that adhesive. There we go. And then we're going to layer that onto the bumblebee tag. Just line that up. Okay, give that a press. Then we're going to flip that whole thing over now, and we're going to add 2 dimensionals to the back there. Okay, and remove the backing paper from the dimensionals. And then we're going to just pop that tag. Whoa, oh boy, I've got the dropsies today, haven't I? I'm dropping everything. We're just going to pop the tag over here like so. All right, so we've got all of that put together. Now we'll add our ribbon and bling. Twine. So we need, this time we need the same amount, 30.5 centimeters or 12 inches. So I'll bring back in my ruler. We'll measure 30.5. So we'll go to 20 and then another 10.5. Okay, we'll thread that through. And then we've got our lovely label ready to go, ready to use how we would like to. And again, I'm just going to tie my knot loosely, just in case I decide to undo that and tie that another way. There is another way that you can tie them, and you probably all know this anyway, but I'll just show you. So if you want to have it with a closed end like that, so you've got a loop, you do it like that. But if you want it open, what I would do is I would double my twine, then I'd put that little loop that you've got there through the hole, and then you take the ends through that loop so that you've got 2 open ends. And I find that that is really good for if you are tying it onto a gift, tying it onto a gift bag. That's probably how I will actually do it, to tie around the tops of my treat bags. So yeah, so different options anyway. And then if you want to, you can even tie the end of that as well. So there you go. So we'll add our embellishments now to that one. So we want we've got 2 large ones, all the same actually as what we had on the other one. So we've got a couple of we'll do the pink ones first. We've got a couple of large pink ones. And so we're putting one here and one down here. Let's go over here. Trying to work out where to put it. There we go. 2 large ones there and a small pink one, which is going to just go, I'm just going to pop that in here somewhere. Pop it out there. And then our little yellow ones, or bumblebee ones, we're going to pop one up there and one down there. There we go. So there is our finished little tag with the bling. Isn't that cute? So it shows you here on this particular one where to put your embellishments. If you're not sure of where to place them, then it does show you on this one where to place it. Okay, or you can place them wherever you want on your tags. So there we go. So I'll just leave it there for today with just making the 2 tags. As I said, there's a total of 4 tags in this kit, 4 designs I should say, but 3 of each design. So there's a total of 12 tags in the kit. We just didn't do the Santa or the little car with the presents. But we've run out of time this morning, so I'll have to save those for another day. I might even make those ones in my creative kit night on Friday night. So if you missed the beginning of my live, feel free to go back and watch the replay where I spoke about some of the specials at the moment, and also my classes as well, my classes and clubs. So be sure to check that out. So that's the Love Santa tag kit and the Love Santa treat bags. And remember too that you can purchase the entire collection as well, so you can get them all together using one code. I'll be sure to put the code in the comments below. And if you're watching this back on YouTube later on as well, I'll put all of the details below in the description of this video as well. So there we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'll tip the camera back up to my face so that I can say goodbye to you. I like to always say goodbye face to face. So bear with me for one moment and I'll quickly cover up the camera and I'll flip that back up. So here we go. All right. Oh, a bit squeaky. It's always a bit squeaky when I adjust it. And a bit noisy too when I tighten up all of those clamps, but I want to make sure that my camera isn't going to fall down. There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm up in the air. There we go. Yeah. So what did you think? Do you like them? Do you think they're cute? Oh, mistletoe, that might be what it is, Julie. Yeah, mistletoe, that little green leaf. I think you might be right, mistletoe. I think that's the one I was trying to think of. No worries, Laurie. I'm glad that you were able to come along. Angela says she loves the tags. They're really cute, aren't they? Yeah, they're really cute. I'll definitely make the other 2 as well. I might sit here and make the other 2 now. So that I've at least got one of each of them, and then I can pop up a photo later as well of all 4 tags. So thank you all so much for joining me today. It was great to have you along. If there's anything that you need help with or you have any questions, feel free to get in contact with me and let me know. Oh, hi Nola, how are you? You just found me. That's awesome. Well, I'm actually just wrapping up now, Nola, but that's okay because this video will be available in just a few moments when I finish to watch on the replay, so you can always hit replay and watch it then as well, because we are just finishing up. All right, so I hope you all have a great weekend. We've got the weekend coming up, and yeah, I hope you all have a great weekend. I will be live again next Monday, all being well next week. Let's hope and pray that all being well, and I will not be unwell this week or next week. And I'll be able to go ahead because I'm going to be creating the project that I missed creating with you this week when I wasn't well. So I'll be doing that one on Monday. So that'll be Monday at 4 p.m. I'll post up around about lunchtime, around about 12 o'clock-ish. I normally post up the reminder to let everybody know that I'm going live so that they remember and they can find me. But until then, have a great time, stay safe, and I hope that you'll be able to get some crafting in there somewhere. But I look forward to seeing you all again really soon. So happy crafting, everyone. Bye.